Hey, in today's show, why should we fear God? That's coming right up. Okay, before we get into today's topic, let's wrap up these first five books that we've done a cursory study of. The overarching theme from Adam and Eve to the entering of the promised land is that God's people didn't trust him to do what he said he would do. Those first generations saw miracles that we will never see. And that is why I believe that God tells us to walk by faith and not by sight. Amen. Amen. Okay. The next 12 books that we'll be looking at will cover many stories in the generations that follow the Israelites entering the promised land. And I believe many of them will emphasize our walk by faith. So we will get going in Joshua tomorrow. But I'm going to finish up with one more thought on those first five books that we've covered. So let's get into today's subject. Now, you might be asking yourself, why did I pick this topic? And that's a fair question. When I got up this morning, I didn't feel like I was quite done with the first five books that we have been covering, but I wasn't sure exactly what I had left out that needed to be talked about. And let me tell you what, in my experience, God works in mysterious ways. So, I'm standing at the kitchen window as I'm finishing my stretch routine and thanking God for the new day. And I notice there are a plethora of birds coming and going to my makeshift bird feeder. Now, keep in mind it's still snowing out there. And I think maybe they need more seed. So I put on my jacket and boots, grab the bag of seed, and as I'm coming around the corner of the house, the birds all rush to the highest branches of the nearby trees. Here's where my epiphany comes in. I get back into the house, look out the kitchen window, and the birds are back with a frenzy, going after the fresh seed. Then the thought comes to me, why are they so scared of me? I'm just trying to take care of these little birds that I love. And then it hits me. It's instinctual for them to know that I could crush them, crush the life out of them with one squeeze of my hand. Now, the correlation hits me that God could do the same to people. He could crush the life, not only our physical life, but our spiritual life as well, between his finger and thumb. And Matthew 10:28 says, "Don't be afraid of those who want to kill your body. They cannot touch your soul. Fear only God, who can destroy both soul and body in hell." That is something to fear. It's what we should fear. If we had that kind of fear, we would rush away from sin like the birds did away from me. So, what should I leave you with today? How about the verse I held up a few days ago in our devotional time? Psalm 119, verse 11. I have thought much about your words. That means I meditated on them. And I have stored them in my heart. That means I memorized a couple of the verses, so that they would keep me from sin. Yeah, there is something to meditate on. The word for this week is still proviso. God willing, we will see you tomorrow. Take care.